It is exactly 41 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to JKLive here at Citizen Television. Here speaking live with the Cabinet Secretary for Public Investment, Moses Kuria, just on the heels of the Naivasha retreat. It was supposed to be a cabinet retreat, but there was a whole bunch of governors and MPs as well. Wasn't it just, it was supposed to be a cabinet retreat?
It wasn't cabinet retreat. It was essentially an executive retreat, meaning that is cabinet, principal secretaries, and also our team of advisors. But we took the step, we cannot deliver alone, For us to deliver on our agenda, we need parliament. So our members of parliament are also part of our delivery mechanism. So we did invite, on Monday we had a parliamentary group meeting.
Right.
For the Kenya Kwanza, and allies and cousins like Jubilee members.
Cousins.
Who are supporting us.
Yeah. And
then yesterday we also had some governors from across the divide, who joined us yesterday, because we really believe that we really need to work with everybody for us to deliver. And remember, there is no government program that can be implemented in a place where there is no county.
Yeah.
You can't implement it in the air. So we find it important all the time to work with governors, and governors are really part of our delivery mechanism.
Okay,
so we did invite them yesterday also to...
Tell me, Waziri, real quick, the president has just arrived from Addis Ababa, right, AU?
Yeah.
He didn't seem happy on TV. The body language was like he read you all the riot act.
I don't know what you mean by the riot act. It was not the president's meeting, as it were. The president chaired the parliamentary group meeting, but in the actual retreat, other than just the opening and the closing, the president was a participant like everybody else. He had his comments to say, he had his things to say, he would give instructions here and there, but I don't know why people are trying to give that impression that this was the president. They are speaking to, these 100 or so, people. As a matter of fact, the president spoke for cumulatively, not more than one hour, cumulatively, for the 3 days. For the 3 days? Yeah, maximum maybe 1.5 hours, cumulatively. Actually, the guy who spoke for 11 hours, who was on the seat for 11 hours, was myself.
You?
Yeah, absolutely, because I was the one who was taking people through the this whole retreat, because as a minister in charge of performance and delivery, remember, for the last 2 months I have been going around all the ministries and checking on leading a team, not personally, but leading a team with a lot of people from across different departments, and this particular time, remember, it's not our first retreat.
Right.
We had one in Nanyuki last year.
Correct.
And we wanted to do something different this year, because we're saying, because of time is terribly short and we have got a lot of things to discuss. So we devolved that, to the ministries, and we had this road show where we would go to every ministry and have meet with the minister and the PS, and not just them, but the whole body of the senior executives who, implement our agenda. What happened last year is that when we were setting the agenda, we did not carry the people who work for us, But because of this different innovative way that we adopted this year, we had meetings in all the 22 ministries and the AG's office. We even went beyond that and met the independent offices. And they're independent, constitutionally they're independent, people like Teacher Service Commission. We even went beyond that, and, I even had an engagement with my team, with the judiciary, led by none other than Mother Koome. So it was very heavy, it was very intense. It was really, really intense. Okay. And we, because of the meetings that we've had, we had a lot to discuss. We had a lot to decipher. We had a lot to see. Did you achieve a lot? Because, people say, okay, you met in Sakana last year. Now you met in Naivasha. Yeah. Are you achieving anything, or is it a talk shop? No, first of all, we don't achieve things in the meeting. We achieve things in our offices and in our work. The retreat is actually for taking stock of what we have achieved over the last 1 year. And the analogy that we gave for this retreat, we said last year we were planting. So we met to review how is the seed that we planted. Did it germinate?
Did it?
Of course it did. 171 achievements. 171 achievements collectively. And then beyond that, this is a year whereby after the seed has germinated, then you have to take care of the crop. So what we were planning is how are we going to tender the crop? How are you going to, to do the taking care of the plant as it's growing up, and agreeing on the commitments for this year. And we did agree 181 commitments for everybody to see.
And the crop is growing.
And the crop is growing.
And there's no locusts.
There's
no locusts.
Of course, you have to. The locusts will be there, but you have to fumigate or sell munya.
Listen, Waziri, real quick. How come Ipsos and TIFA keep putting out polls that are negative on the ministry? They're saying lack of performance in the ministries. Why do they keep doing that?
I don't know, because I would really want them to come with me the next time we are reviewing. And you know what, Jeff? What I did now, I'm just 140 days into the ministry as we speak today. What I did now this particular time, because I am in charge of coordinating performance and delivery across government, was reviewing after a whole year. What I'm going to do now going forward is that every day we will be checking on our performance. Every day.
On all performances?
All performance. You have automated our tools for checking on that. So I will be like the guy who owns a kiosk and he has to count how much money, how many madazis have been sold.
Yes.
I'll be doing this on a daily basis. On a daily basis.
You're not going to be popular, you know that. You will not be popular.
With who? Because it's helpful to them. The amount of support I've received from my colleagues and the PSS and everybody is unbelievable. You would think that we don't want to be checked, we don't want to be... But they found it very assistive. They found it that, look, hey, wait a minute, at least someone is telling me when I am off. They would prefer somebody to tell them now than come back much later when things are off. So every day they have to go online, get into our tool, tell us what's happening every day. Like a kiosk, okay? Then every month I'm going to be reporting to cabinet.
But tell me something. Wasn't that a delivery job? Wasn't it assigned to the cabinet CS for the Prime Secretary?
It was, but in the executive order that was issued on the 4th of October last year, 140 days ago, the performance and delivery role was assigned to...
So you're the guy?
I am the guy.
And you report to the president only?
My boss is the president, but listen, because of the whole of government approach, still there is... I talk to the Prime Cabinet Secretary almost every day, because the whole thing of the coordination, ensuring that there are no overlaps and all that, is still within his office. We work extremely well with them. And young MM is a gentleman. You can accuse him of anything, but not of not being a gentleman. The person you doubt is me, but MM is definitely a gentleman.
MM is a gentleman. Is MK a gentleman?
Well, he's trying to be.
Waziri, I'm going to let you go for a little while. Come back. Talk more about Naivasha. Right. Wrap up Naivasha and talk about moving forward. Right. It looks like the economy is looking up.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely.
And you should know this because you're an economist and an accountant and a certified...
Not even that I've got my finger at the pulse of the nation.
I like that. Finger on the pulse of the nation. Cabinet Secretary for Public Service Moses Kuria.